What is up, guys? Ben and welcome back to episode number 8 of my random pick. Now, there wasn't a random pick in the usual slot a couple of days ago. That was literally just because, or was that yesterday? It should have been, yeah, well, basically, I missed a random pick out. There were 2 career modes back to back because I couldn't get on the servers, basically. It was taking ages to buy players, and, you know, it was taking ages to find a game. So that's the team we're going to use in this episode. I'm going to be the flat 4-4-2. Going to be using the new informed Griezmann and Benzema up front, Lavezzi on the left, Cuadrado on the right, Pogba and Matuidi in the centre, Bedemo on one wing back and Richards on the other. And we're going to be having the centre-back partnership of Chiellini and Thiago Silva with Sirigu in goal. Now, like I said, like I always say, I found this team on Foothead and it really interested me actually because of the informed Griezmann. I really wanted to use him, so I did type in Griezmann in the search bar and I was looking for all the striker Griezmanns basically. And without doubt, or lo and behold, sorry, we found a really nice squad. Now, the first team we come up against was a bit of a ridiculous side, with Sturridge and Lineker up front, Rooney and informed Sanchez, informed Wilshere, and and then he's got the bloody OP defence that I've got, and he's got Klein at right back instead of Walker. I don't know what he's doing there, but you know, he's well, not that I've got in this team, that I've got in my Div 1 team. But we start things off very, very nicely here with a goal from Matuidi. Now, I'm going to start reviewing this team now, and we're going to start with that little man. Matuidi is an absolute god. He is just ridiculous. He is one of the best centre mids I have used on this game, without doubt. He is everywhere. He's up and back. He's good in defence. He's good in the air, surprisingly. He's got good interceptions. He's pacey. He can get forward. He's got decent shot, decent passing, decent dribbling. No, he's just an absolute god, as Gary Lineker makes me look like a bit of a mug there. Fuck you, Gary. No, but honestly, Matuidi is absolutely insane, and well, on the other hand, so was Gary Lineker. You know, Gary Lineker was ripping me a new one for a majority of the game. I might actually have to try and pick him up sometime if he's under a million coins. But we do get a pretty instant reply straight from half time, and we scored quite a nice goal there with Benzema. Now we'll move on to Benzema, and we'll review Benzema. And Benzema, again, absolutely fantastic. You know, he's a goal scorer out and out. He's brilliant. He's got decent pace, decent shooting, decent dribbling, decent strength. You know, he's just an out and out goal scorer. I mean, you actually get a rage quit in the 90th minute there, which makes no sense at all. So going into the second game, informed Griezmann, absolute letdown. 112 grand I think I paid for him, and look at that side again, man. Yeah, 112 grand I think I paid for him. Absolute waste of money. You know, definitely not worth that. He was terrible, basically. That's all I can say. He was useless. He couldn't shoot. He didn't feel quick. Dribbling felt poor. You know, he just felt poor. So informed Griezmann gets a no from me. Cuadrado and Lavezzi, both of them, you know, solid as usual. Not quite as good in this team as usual, but that goal there, just saying, that was scored by Chiellini. Just saying. You know, from the halfway line I picked that up. Smashed that in at the near post of Chiellini. But you know, anyway. So yeah, you know. Griezmann was terrible, basically. Lavezzi and Cuadrado, like I was saying, were brilliant. 2 centre mids. Matuidi, you know how much I love Matuidi. Pogba was brilliant as well. Got up a little bit too much for my liking, but you know, he was still very, very decent indeed. The defence, obviously, we have Bedemo and Richards are the wing backs. Absolute brilliant, both of them. You know, they both got high medium work rates, I think, but you know, they just didn't feel like they were going anywhere. You know, Richards felt like he was going to stay put, and so did Bedemo. Bedemo was strong, so was Richards. You know, they're both very, very strong, very physical, very good in the air, very decent positioning, very good tackling. You know, they were just really, really solid. And look at this for a goal, by the way. I headed that to him. I pressed B, and that's where Chiellini decided to header it. Moving on to Chiellini. Chiellini, for me, was a little bit of a letdown in this side. You know, everybody knows how much I love Chiellini as he goes and snatches the winner with an AIDS goal, but there you go. Everybody knows how much I like Chiellini. Chiellini is absolutely fantastic, usually. Just in this team was a little bit of a letdown. And, you know, it was annoying, I'm not going to lie. It was annoying. He made quite a few mistakes. Obviously, he scored that wonder goal, but, you know, it was just a few mistakes here and there. And then, obviously, we have Thiago Silva as the last man. And Thiago Silva was really good. Very quick, very strong, surprisingly. Always in the right position, always tracking back. Always there for the lob through ball. And he didn't really lose many aerial battles, which is good, you know. So he is up there with Company and Koscielny for my favourite centre-backs, without a doubt. He is very, very good indeed. And then we have Sirigu in goal, who was absolutely fantastic as well. You know, a lot of people have been saying bad stuff about Sirigu, but, you know, I completely disagree with it. He was absolutely brilliant for me, and, you know, he's absolutely fantastic. Now, the formation, the last thing to review, the flat 4-4-2. terrible. One of the worst formations I think I've used. You know, obviously you've got the flat back four, which is good. You've got the two up front who just get isolated as shit, as you're seeing in the players' statistics. You know, they just get isolated as shit, even though both of the centre mids decide to go forward, which leaves everything, you know, completely exposed at the back. So the 4-4-2 gets a no from me. But anyways, that is the end of the episode. If you could drop a like and a comment, that'd be pretty damn awesome. Share it on Facebook and Twitter, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Adios.